Van Deeb, a dynamic leader with decades of experience building companies and crushing sales. He's been there and done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Van Deeb.
Inspiring audiences across the country to do it too. Here's Van.
Well, hello and welcome to the Van Deeb podcast. I'm super excited today. I've got a special guest, but before I introduce Erik Bird, please subscribe to this podcast. You know, this is a business podcast that helps people become better at their careers. I use my anecdotes from being in business this is my 44th year in real estate, but you can use a lot of my experiences and apply them to whatever business you're in because we're all trying to become better at what we do. So please subscribe to this podcast right now. And then also, if you can think of anybody that could use some positivity, some inspiration and motivation, please forward this to them. Okay, now I get to introduce somebody I've known for at least a couple decades, and I've been a big fan of, and I think the world of him, Mr. Erik Bird. Welcome to the Van Deeb podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
You bet. Erik is the COO of Men's Health Clinic, and you hear me preach about being the best version of ourselves so we can be really great at business and be inspirational to other people. Well, Erik's company that he's the COO of Men's Health Clinic, they help us get to where we want to go. I know I'm a client, and I want to disclose I'm a client. I've been a client of Erik's back when he was training. I like to brag about him. He doesn't, but former all-star pitcher for Nebraska Cornhuskers and also my old school, Burke High, and I followed him even when he was at Burke and even before that, and I'm just glad you're here. What a perfect role and position for you with a business that helps people feel the best they can feel.
Yep, that's right. And we're trying to do it the holistic way. So like you said, with my background, I spent 6 years as a personal trainer and personal training director with Lifetime Fitness.
Yes.
And I was in Omaha for about 4 years and Chicago for about 2 years doing that. So I developed all this knowledge with exercise and nutrition, stretching, sleep, the different things that go into a holistic personal training client, which is where we worked out together a
Yes.
lot. And then after that, I spent 10 years in the healthy food industry. So I'm trying to combine exercise with nutrition. And now that I'm almost 40 years old, it's very important for me to get my friends, my family, and myself optimized with my hormones, my testosterone, and everything else that goes along with the exercise and the nutrition. So this is a brand new venture, and we're really excited about it.
You know, Erik, and I'm 66, and I don't think I've ever felt this good, and it's because, you and I work out together. I pay attention to everything you've told me over the decades, and about eating healthy and about being healthy, but man, I have the energy of somebody half my age.
Yep.
And one thing I like about Men's Health, one of the many things I'm a fan of about Men's Health Clinic is you see these hormone replacement, testosterone places popping up all over, and a lot of these people are doing it because they're money makers, and they're hiring people that have really never been in the nutrition, fitness, or anything related, but they can make money at it.
Right.
And so yours is completely different. You guys are the real deal. I've been through the process of coming in to have my blood work done. I felt totally comfortable, and I felt like I was at a place that you guys are really interested in. How can we make Van feel the best he can so he can be a better businessman, a better family member, lift more weights than Erik Bird can?
Yeah.
Now, that last part may not happen. But your processes make sense, and the menu you have, what do you want, Van? And I get a chance to pick what I'm trying to, and I'm a peptide and testosterone guy. So those are real attractive to me. That's part of your menu.
Right.
But I just think that this is the wave. At my age, I've lost 4 classmates from Burke High. We both went to Burke, only a couple of centuries apart. But, this year I've lost 4 classmates. And, they had all these things wrong with them. I think all 4 didn't take really good care of themselves. And I don't want to be in my golden years and in and out of doctors' offices.
Right.
And so this is a preventative to keep me healthy.
Yep, absolutely. One thing we get questions all the time is, how do we prevent the Western medicine, the pharmaceutical companies, the constant prescriptions going in? Like, I want to avoid those types of things. Yeah. And one of the best things you can do as you get older is to just be overall as healthy as possible in holistic ways. And testosterone, when optimized correctly, makes it so you sleep better, your energy levels are better, maybe your exercise, your workouts are better, you recover from those a lot quicker. You don't have the same soreness that lasts long. Maybe if you're a golfer, you're able to have more energy on the 15th and 16th and 17th hole. Yep. So when you're doing things like that and you're getting more energy out of it, overall everything else can be healthier. As you get to 50 years old, or even if you're listening at home and you're retired and you want to know, am I going to be able to play with my grandkids? One of the most important things you can do is just keep moving. Stay active with your brain, volunteer at different places, be active in your church, whatever it may be. When people retire and stop moving and their energy goes down, that's when a lot of health problems happen. So one of the best ways to just continue your life and have, a couple more decades to go is to just keep moving and stay active. And you got to be proactive with your health to be able to do that.
And, I'm one of these guys that I follow science and I listen to doctors, and I know a lot of people have their own opinions, but all of the top doctors are in support of what you guys are doing. Mm-hmm. They totally recommend a lot of these, with the traditional medicines. They may poo-poo the idea of some of these clinics, but they're all 100% for what you were doing. And you're talking about you're better at this and better at that. I used to be where I enjoyed working out, but it wasn't, I better work out today. Now it's like I can't wait to get to the gym. Right. And then when I'm doing my workouts, I want to keep going. Yep. And it's just, but a lot of this replacements, it's natural for us to lose it over time, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. And your testosterone goes down naturally. Sometimes in your early 30s, but definitely starting in your 40s and 50s, it's going to decline no matter what you're doing. If you have great nutrition, you're constantly working out, and you're sleeping well, your testosterone will go down no matter what.
Yeah, and after I went for my first visit with Men's Health Clinic, which was a great experience, all the stuff I learned I shared with a doctor friend of mine. Mm-hmm. And, I want people to give me the 411 to tell me if I'm doing this correctly. And my doctor friend supported everything that I told her. Yep. Because it's stuff that we need now. Isn't peptides aren't they becoming like this? I don't know. It's it's so good for you.
Yep.
And
they're so editable. There's a lot of peptides out there that can do a lot of different things for people specifically on what they're looking for, what their genetic makeup is. Peptides, it's a really great thing that are coming. And the more research that we get, the more evidence of people using it over years and years of time, just the better everything is going to get.
And you could do it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you come into your clinic and you show them how to do it yourself, or you guys have registered nurses and doctors that will do it for you.
Yep, sure do. So the one that we have that we like is called Simorelin. It is a tiny little needle that you inject right next to your belly
They're all gigantic to me. No, I'm kidding.
Tiny little
I hate needles.
Subcutaneous needle that goes into your body fat, and you do that 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And it's going to make you feel younger. It just helps your natural growth hormone that's already in your body get used better. So it's not going to have this big, huge thing with side effects and, like the old 90s baseball player look where their heads are huge and the biceps are massive. Some more that will be really good at making you feel young and, you sleep better. Everything just gets a little bit better when you're doing it. But, all this stuff is you can do at home if you want to.
Yeah, I am a wimp when it comes to needles. But the Simorelin, it's like anybody can do it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt.
You don't even know it's going in your body.
No, but normally you mention needle and I'm heading out the door.
Right.
But not with this.
Yeah, and a lot of clinics, to get back to testosterone a little bit, a lot of the other clinics in Omaha, I'd say probably 90% of them do an intermuscular shot. So for other guys like you that don't like that big, huge needle that is going into the butt cheek or the shoulder or the quadricep that hurts and have lingering pain for the day afterwards, we don't do it that way at the Men's Health Clinic. Even the testosterone injections are actually subcutaneous. So it goes into the body fat. So it's not going to have that same soreness and the pain that you feel from muscle injection. And it's a lot better for you. The body fat will let the testosterone absorb slower into your bloodstream. So it's going to be a lot healthier over a 7-day period as you are in between your injections too. So we're kind of a non-invasive type of place.
I love that. And, just the overall quality of health. I mean, I'm a testimony. I mean, the last several years I've had this hip issue and the doctors don't want to operate. They told me I'm going to say it wrong, torn labrum. Labrum, thank you. Dr. Bird here. Dr. Erik Bird with me. No, but I have a torn labrum and they don't want to do surgery, and it's like if I do a treadmill or walk for a while, it hurts. Mm-hmm. I started doing the peptides, and bro, I'm telling you, I don't feel the pain anymore. Both my thumbs, there's no cartilage here. And I went in to see a hand specialist, gave me all these options with surgeries and wearing gloves to bed at night, which ain't happening. And all this stuff, I'm like, I started doing the peptides.
Yeah.
I don't have those issues anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, a teeny bit, but nothing that's no pain.
Right.
But tell me something. First of all, can you give us a website that we can go
super
to?
easy to remember, themenshealthclinic.com.
themenshealthclinic.com.
Yep, that's the name of our company, and that's the website. So go on there, book a consultation. You'll come and meet with me.
Now, what if the significant other, the wife or the girlfriend says, "Honey, you've never felt this good. I'm jealous of how great you feel and you've got more energy. Can I do it?"
Well, we can test the female's testosterone, but there are other clinics around Omaha that would be much better suited for them, and we can refer those people out for sure. But it's a very popular thing amongst women and men these days, and if your partner, your husband, your wife is feeling better doing the peptides and the hormone therapy, then the other partner should be doing it as well. For sure.
And I think that's super cool that you guys are sticking to your to what your specialty is with men's health.
Right.
So who are, I know, when I ask you who are the perfect candidates to be at Men's Health Clinic, I know I am. Mm-hmm. I know my age group, I'm 66, and I know there's no way that I would be without it because I feel too good. My business, everything I do in business, I have more energy. I sleep better. And I was skeptical for years. I was the one of all my friends. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to eat more beef,
Sure. Yep.
I'm going to eat more steak and quit eating 10 bowls of macaroni and cheese. But I am a crazy big believer in everything that you're doing. But it's not just my age group, 65 and up.
Right.
Isn't all age groups candidates for this?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, we don't want to start injecting a 22-year-old with testosterone, right? We want to be able to maximize their natural testosterone so we can look at their testosterone and get levels of it. I sure wish that I would have known my medical history starting at the age of 22. If I could go into a place like Men's Health Clinic and start to do yearly, testing of my men's health, I would love to have that information. Anybody that's, 30 years old or over, and you don't know what your testosterone levels are, you should come and get checked just to see what they are as well. As we get to 30, 35 years old, testosterone naturally goes down. If you feel like your metabolism is a little bit slower than it used to be, your recovery is slower, maybe you're not sleeping as well, you get to 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you don't have very much energy, you're missing workouts, your nutrition is suffering, all those signs and symptoms are somebody with low testosterone. If you're 35 to 40 years old, come in and get it checked. There's nothing wrong with just having a baseline That way you can measure it when you get to be 45 years old. If you're 40 years old or over, you absolutely need to come and get checked as soon as you possibly can, because we know we're going to be able to maximize your testosterone, which is natural, something that's already occurring in your body. And if we can maximize your testosterone, man, your whole life gets better. You know, every challenge that you have in your life.
Everything gets better.
Yeah, what I like to tell people is every challenge that you have in your life gets a little bit easier to overcome if your testosterone is optimized. And it's a beautiful cycle. You start to have more energy. You start to have better workouts. Like you're saying, you want to work out longer. You want to burn more calories. If you're doing these hard workouts, you don't want to ruin it with terrible nutrition.
No.
So then you start eating a little bit healthier. And if you're working out, you have high energy, you're eating healthier, then you're going to sleep a lot better.
Oh, yes.
You're going to wake up feeling good, and you can't wait to repeat it all. Your sex life is going to be better.
Yep.
Your confidence with your partner is going to be way better.
Yep.
Your blood flow in every aspect of your life is going to be better. Your blood's going to be healthier. You know, so it's this beautiful thing where if we can get your testosterone optimized really within 4 to 8 weeks, we're setting up the next 20 to 30 years of your life by keeping it high, and then
quality life.
Creating these new habits and behaviors is the most important part.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you said earlier, if you're 22, we're not going to encourage you. And I guarantee to get testosterone, you're just going to counsel on how to use what you already have.
Yep.
But I guarantee you other clinics are like, I don't care if you're 19, come on in, we'll shoot you up.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
But that's what separates you. You're a quality, you're people-driven, and you want to be honest with people. And that's what's real attractive to me. For so skeptical people feel totally comfortable. The other thing, just to use me as an example, Erik, I had my testosterone tested a year ago, and I was at 200, and I didn't know what that meant.
Yep.
And now I'm doing it, and I'm up to 830 with my most recent report from Men's Health Clinic.
Right.
And I'm like, I feel half my age. And the cool thing is there's no downside.
Right.
There's nothing, there's no side effects. I mean, so it's just enhanced my life. And, you know, I want to continue to do business. And I think that that's kind of what you're seeing more and more of. People aren't retiring at 65.
Yeah.
They're just not. And there's people that are going into, I know some 80-year-olds that are super productive and they're still running killer businesses. And I hope to be that person. I hope I'm sitting here at 80 telling you about all the business stuff that I'm doing.
Right.
But so I'm not doing this replacement therapy and hormone and testosterone and peptide and all that. For my biggest reason is I want to be a better business person. And if I feel good, I'm going to do good.
Yep.
I mean, isn't it all start with how do you feel? I mean, if you don't feel good when you go to work or you're not getting sleep, are you going to be the best version of yourself?
Yep. Yep. We always say in sports, look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same exact thing as you get to be an adult. If you wake up in the morning, you like what you see in the mirror, and you feel good after a nice night of sleep, you're going to look good. If you feel good with that energy, then you're going to present that to your team at your workplace or at your company.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get results, and it's going to become addictive. And yes, I cannot stress how important it is as guys get to be 50 years old or older and they're starting to retire, and maybe they think to themselves, oh, I just can't wait to do nothing. I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV and hang out.
Yeah.
Your life expectancy goes down, your energy goes down, you start to get sick faster. I mean, your whole life changes if you don't stay active. One of the best things you can do is to get your hormones optimized with a place like the Men's Health Clinic, where we can teach you exactly what you need to do. You're going to feel younger for decades to come.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something, you know, we should be constantly trying to find new ways to get better. You know, I preach that in my motivational speeches, in my real estate career with the people that I get a chance to work with. We should be finding ways constantly, how can I improve myself? And it all starts with health.
Yep.
It just does. And, you know, we could talk about this forever, but it's part of, to me, it's part of a productive life. And here's the thing. It's not just about you. When you are doing everything in your power to feel great, Men's Health Clinic, helps you feel, it trickles down to your whole life. It trickles down to your kids, to your coworkers, to your significant other, and you're encouraging them to eat better, to feel better, and to do what they need to do to live an optimum life too. Right. So you're an inspiration to people. I mean, I can't tell you. You know, I've been an athlete and I've tried to be healthy, but I was a lot bigger at one time, and I can't tell you all the people that have come up to me in this last year and said, "Dude, what are you doing?" And I say, Erik Bird, Men's Health Clinic. But I'm serious. I mean, I have had a lot of people come up to me, and you know, and it's fun to talk about. And plus, when somebody gives you a compliment, you may start out your day kind of ho-hum like a lot of people do, like, "Oh, going to work today," and that's natural.
Sure.
I mean, I say if you have more good days than bad days a week, you're winning in life.
Yeah.
But, you know, you kind of like ho-hum it. All it takes is one person to come up and say, "Hey, Deeb, you're looking good." It changes my whole attitude.
Yeah.
Because it's a compliment. I'm like, "Oh, hey, thank you."
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, one of the best, like you said, one of the best things you can do to impact other people is take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, when people see you at the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning and on Saturdays, on the weekends, and you're looking great, and your body fat percentage is low and your biceps are big, and you can just see how much energy you have, that's motivating to other people.
It is. If Van can do it, so can I.
Absolutely.
And I've always preached that if I can do it, so can you.
Right.
I've always believed in that. Erik, you're also on social media.
Yep.
So, and you know, the one thing I like about following you, Erik, on social media is you're not hype.
Yeah.
It's not just, it's not sell.
Yeah.
You're just putting facts out there.
Yep.
You're not bombarding us. If we follow you on social media, we're not getting bombarded. Right. It's just facts, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, I just want to really have a true, authentic impact on Omaha men. I don't want to have some big national impact and followers and trends and all this other stuff. I've gotten so much fulfillment out of my family members, my cousins, my former coworkers, my friends that have said, "Hey, I'm almost 40 years old now. I've seen these other places, and they're too gimmicky. They look like cartoons, and I don't really trust them. But now that you're doing it, I totally trust who you are and what you've done. So let me come get my blood work done." And then they come in, we see the things that they need to work on. We make a holistic plan for them. And now I got these guys that I've loved, you know, for 20 years of my life telling me, "Man, I'm a much different person. I should have started this so much earlier, and I'm so glad that I'm doing this." So the fulfillment that you get from not being somebody who's just looking to attract everybody is a lot deeper when you're around your friends and your family and just the people of Omaha. That's all we want to do. We want to be very successful, one location in Omaha, and maybe grow later on, but all we want to do right now is treat the men of Omaha the right way and take care of them.
Yeah, and you know you just described me. I've been I trust everything you say because you're not hype. You are factual. You'll tell me things over our relationship that maybe I don't want to hear, but it's fact and I need to hear it.
Yeah.
And so I'm in that same camp that if Erik Bird's doing it, major athlete, knowledgeable, then Van Deeb can do it.
Sure. Because
I believe in you, and I know you would not get involved in anything. I know you well enough unless you knew it was the real deal.
Yep.
So Men's Health Clinic, Erik, I'm so grateful that you took time to be on the Van Deeb podcast today.
Great to be here, man. I love being with you.
Yeah, I love spending time with you, like-minded people. And I want people to check out menshealthclinic.com. And follow Erik Bird. That's B-I-R-D, Erik Bird, E-R-I-K, Bird. Follow Erik. And once again, please subscribe to this podcast. There's somebody out there that needs to know and needs to hear what we've been talking about, and you'll be an inspiration to them. So please subscribe to the Van Deeb podcast. And I can't tell you enough, Erik, how grateful I am. And I want to personally thank you for helping me feel the best I have ever felt.
Yeah, right on. Well, you're proactive with it. So
I just believe in what you're doing.
You should get the credit here. You're the one doing the work.
It's just easy, and it's trust, and it's knowledge, and I just feel very fortunate. So, Erik, thank you. And Thank you all for watching another episode of the Van Deeb podcast.